Guys, so right now I'm recording this because last night I was watching some videos about like rape survival and stuff, and this one video, is by this YouTuber Onision, and I know a lot of people hate him. I don't know why. I know Dark Angel didn't like him. I didn't really know why. It was funny to see her rant on him though. I don't think that he's particularly terrible, but I've only watched the one video, so I guess I can't be trusted to judge, and I don't really do the whole everyone hates this person, so I hate them too thing, so, you know. But one of his videos about rape apologists really got to me, because when he described the scenario of being raped, he was right on the dot. Now, as many of you know, I posted a video on here a while ago about my frightening experience with nearly being raped. Now, he says that he doesn't think that you can understand rape until you've been through it. I have almost had it happen to me, so I think I fully understand it. Because this guy, he was going to rape me. Philip Pocious, this dude I'd known for 2 years. I trusted him. And a lot of people told me after the experience, I had started telling people about it a few days because I'd been really moody and nobody knew why. And then I finally told someone why, and they're like, oh my god, you're lucky. He said, imagine going to meet up with one of your friends, like one of your male friends who you trust, and you're with them by yourself. So far, so good. Then he starts sexually making passes at you, or sexually forcing himself towards you, and you try to tell him no, but he treats it as a joke. Perfect. Then the more you fight him, and as it gets more serious, you realize that nobody can help you. Right on the dot. So when he was explaining all that, I tried not to burst into tears, because he was right. That's everything that happened to me. And I posted on this comment board, like, I really wish that everyone was as lucky as me. If I could fix it so everyone could get out of a situation like that unscathed, like I did, oh my god, I would do it in a heartbeat, because it was just so horrifying knowing that he was actually going to try to do this to me. And the fact 100 pounds, he's a fat fuck. He was gonna, and like he was talking about people who are just as bad or even worse, or just as bad as them, the rape apologists. I think my social worker kind of had the potential to be one, because when I was talking about it with other people, she told me that she knew him. She said it upset her that I said his name during group. We had a group one day, and she said it upset her that I said his name, and I don't think he deserved confidentiality. Fuck his confidentiality. He tried to rape me. If I hadn't left when I did, he would have, because he kept trying to offer me drugs. Onision was saying that the guy might just drug you. He kept trying to offer me drugs. I'm not dumb. And when I did have a drink and I went to the bathroom and I came back, I didn't drink out of it anymore. I was like, no, just no. So, like, when he said he brushes it off as a joke, he treats it as it's a joke. I was bent over doing something, writing something, I remember, and he got really close behind me, like how my chair is on my back now. I could feel him on my ass. I shouldn't be able to feel your crotch on my ass. And I said, could you not stand close behind me like that? Thanks. I'll stand as close behind you as I want. And he tried to put his arms around me. And I don't know what happened at that moment. I don't know if my survival kicked in. I don't know if my anger just rose. I don't know what happened. But I shouted, Bill! Seriously! Back off! And I shoved him away. And he's a fat ass, so it was kind of hard to move him, and he just stumbled a little. But he laughed at it, treating it like it was just a joke. I seriously did not want him touching me. I told him repeatedly to stop grabbing on me. He kept grabbing on me, kept trying to kiss me, he kept kissing me. I kept moving so he couldn't get to my mouth, because that's what he wanted. He wanted to kiss me on the lips, and I just wasn't letting it happen. Then he tried to get me to lay down with him. He was trying all these little tricks, and I'm not stupid. So when I got the opportunity to leave, when his mother called to ask me if I needed a ride back, I said, yeah, I do. And he's like, yeah, around 9:30 would be good. I said, no, 7:30. Like, because she was right next. She's like, it's 7:15 now. Like, I can come get her at 7:30 because I'm only a few minutes away. And he says, no, like 9:30. No, 7:30. And I just kept telling her, no, I want you to come pick me up at 7:30. And she says, okay, I'll be there in 15 minutes. I said, I sometimes have a hard time getting out. Getting down the stairs. So if you call and I don't come down right away, could you come up? And she said, yeah. So then we're just sitting there, and I said, I'm gonna go back by myself. And he said, he's like, no, I'm going back with you. I know that he knew that I intended to tell his mother once I got away from him. Because, yeah, I did intend to tell. I was going to tell her, like, do you know that your son just tried to sexually force himself on me and was violating me the whole time, kissing him, like, and I told him. When I finally got home, and it was a few days, I'd been so damn moody because I was so agitated about what had happened. And then when I finally told people, everyone just said I was lucky that I got away. He fully intended to rape me. I know that that's what he was going to do to me. And my mom, when I told her about it, she says, remember that time he invited you to Michigan? To his friend has a lot of money, and he had this really cool house up on the beach in Michigan. And he invited me to go, and I asked my mom if it was okay if I went. I said, I'm 20, I don't technically need your permission, but I feel better if I had it. And she says, Jasmine, I really don't know them well. I'd really rather you didn't go. And since I didn't want my mom to be up all night pacing back and forth, that's how she is. When she's worried about me, she will not sleep. I told him I couldn't go. And she's like, aren't you glad I said you couldn't go? I said, yes. And so I was just like, the way he hit this on the head, though, really got to me, because he was accurate and everything, and I was like about to cry listening to it. And I'm just like, I trusted this guy. I was friends with this guy for 2 years. I've been intoxicated and like strung out around this guy. I'm not gonna lie, I tried stuff once. I am of legal drinking age now, so it doesn't really matter, but with the other stuff, yeah, and thank God I can account for everything that happened that night. But I was telling my friend about the experience, and I said, the weird thing is I've been alone with him millions of times, and he's never tried that. He says, you've been alone with him, but you haven't been alone with him. And I said, what do you mean? And he goes on to say, he lived with his parents, Jasmine. You've got to understand, he probably couldn't take the risk of them, because they always checked up on him when they came home. He couldn't take the risk of them walking in on him trying to do something to you, or him doing stuff to you. So there's that right there. He says a lot of rapists are really calculating. They may not attack you the first few times you're alone with him, because he knew he couldn't take the risk. So that time when he stays in a motel, when he was in the motel, he had you all alone, and there was no chance of anyone coming to help you. And that was another thing Onision mentioned. You realized that no one can help you. I realized, oh my God. Then I thought about my knife. My knife was at home on my fucking desk. I had to go to school that day, so I had taken it out, because you can't bring weapons to school. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I never felt so helpless before in my entire life. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I told him, when he texted me again saying hi, I said, listen, we can never hang out again. And he's like, well, what's wrong? I said, listen, I know what you were trying to do to me, and I don't appreciate it. You're a disgusting person. I don't want you kissing me. I don't want you hugging me. I don't want you touching me. And I don't want you standing like directly behind me while I'm bent over trying to do something to me. And he had porn on the TV, and he was trying to get me to show him which sexual positions I had done, and he was trying to get me to lay down with him. Like I said, I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. And so I just told him, listen, I said, if you had raped me, I would have killed myself, because the image of your fat, nasty, disgusting body being on me, forcing me against my will to do something I didn't want to do, would never leave my mind. And I couldn't live like that. And a lot of my male friends, like Onision says, to make sure that they're worthy of my trust, like, you know, if you're, you know, that's for all girls, he wasn't just talking to me. They told me that if he comes near me again, they are killing him, and if he had succeeded in what he intended to do to me and I did commit suicide, they were all going to prison. And they said, seriously, like my friend Tony, my friend Michael, my friend Xavier, they're like, I'm going to prison. Flat fucking out. I'm going to jail. If he's just like, I'm going to be in trouble, because if I would have killed him. And then when I told one of them, like when the social worker was telling me that I was rude for telling the guy who tried to rape me that the thought of him kissing me made me want to throw up, he said, fuck her, fuck that stupid bitch, he tried to rape you. And you know what, he's right. I think Miss Dolores could potentially be a rape apologist, because she didn't seem to want me to say his name. She didn't seem to, she said what he was trying to do was wrong, but the fact that she was struggling so hard to protect his confidentiality does not sit right with me. And so, like, they told me, like, another friend of mine that I just recently spoke to told me, like, he says, unfortunately, I saw that coming. And I said, what are you talking about? I hadn't spoken to him in a while, but when I did speak to him again, I told him, like, what he tried to do to me. He's like, he's messed up. And a lot of people told me, like, the reason why they were shocked when I told him and not shocked at the same time. He experienced frustration because he would try to date me and I'd be interested in someone else. I wouldn't want to date him. I tried dating him one time and it did not work out. He was too much of a mess for me, and he was pushing sex and intimacy, and we'd only been together for a few days. Not to mention I didn't even want to tell my mom I was dating him because he had a lot of issues and she would never approve of that. So I just told him, like, listen dude, I know what you're gonna do to me and I don't like it. You're a sick fuck and I don't ever want to see you again. He's like, well, I don't want to lose your friendship, but I guess I understand if I made you uncomfortable. Bitch, you know what you did. You know what you were trying to do, and you know that you had every intention of trying to rape me that night. If I hadn't left, if your mom hadn't called, I don't know what the hell would have happened. My friend told me, my friends were mad at me. They're like, why didn't you call me? I would have come to get you. I said it was really far off. And he says, I don't give a fuck how far away it was. I've got 3 sisters. The thought of that happening to one of my friends is killing me. So, yeah, that was just a really deep video of his. I was just really like, damn. He really nailed it with the feeling and the helplessness that you get, because he described it perfectly. It was just really weird because the helplessness and everything, and I was just like, oh my god. And I told the guy, when I confronted him, I said, bitch, you gave me nightmares. And one of my friends said, although he didn't succeed, he still tried, and I really should have reported him. I was just happy to get the fuck away from him. And that might be why some rape victims don't report. They're just happy to get the hell out of the situation. But I was so freaking happy. I'm like, I never want to see him again. And I told a circle of our friends, and a lot of them, unfortunately, had a reaction saying, I'm not shocked about it. And like I said, one of my friends told me that rapists are calculating, so he was waiting until he could get me alone, like really alone. And he probably was experiencing a lot of frustration because I didn't date him for very long. I didn't want to be intimate with him, and I liked someone else. I liked other guys. Like, I liked this one dude in our class. He had someone, though, but he knew I liked him, and it was fine. But, you know, he was just like, well, why do you like him? Like, and then he would complain to his friend when I did date him for the few days. He was just like, she's not intimate with me at all. Like, she won't do this or that. Dude, first of all, it's a year. For all of you out there who may be interested in me, I've got allergies, I'm sorry, who may be interested in me or may want to be with me, you wait a fucking year before we do anything like that, because it's my body and I have a say and I need to know that you're here for me. So I was just like, just astounded with this video, because I just did not expect someone to be able to understand that so fully who hadn't been through it. Because, and yeah, this was a good male friend of mine. I trusted this guy. I wouldn't have gotten drunk around a dude I didn't trust. It was a few, I think I was around 19 when I tried that stuff and got drunk and high around him. And I was just so happy when I got the hell out of there. I fully intended to tell his mother, but he was not having it. He decided that he was going to go back with me. Like I said, he knew. He knew I was going to say something once I got in the car. Sorry, my hair's kind of, I don't know. But, yeah. So, I just wanted to say, like, there are a lot of really sick fucks out there. And if you are a victim, if you escaped rape like I did, or you are a straight up victim, you have every right to hate this person, and you have every right to speak out against this person. Philip Poches, you are a pervert, a rapist, and a molester. I trusted you, and you took my trust and spat on it because you wanted your own sexual gratification. And that's for all you rapists out there. He is a rapist. He would have done it if I hadn't got the hell out of there. So for all you rapists out there, you're sick, you're disgusting, you're malicious, you don't care when a girl says no. You don't have the right to take our bodies. We have every right in the world to tell you no. It doesn't matter if you got us gifts or you guys, because a lot of them have that stupid reason. Like, this guy did buy me a lot of stuff. Like, he went to Oregon and he bought me back stuff from the Sanrio store. Doesn't mean that you're entitled to my body. Just because you got a girl dinner, just because you paid for something for her, does not mean she has to give you anything. And for you to think that, if you feel that way, go get a hooker, you sick fuck. Don't go to an innocent fucking girl and force yourself on her because you feel like you're entitled to it, because you are not. You disgusting disgusting excuse for a person. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now. I was gonna wait until later on, but it needed to be said now. It just really needed to be said, and I hate him. I hate the idea of him. I've seen his picture on Facebook once or twice and nearly thrown up. And I'm not trying to be a drama queen. I nearly vomited. My anger just rises. My anger rises every time I see his picture. I told one of our friends who knew him, who still knows him, he's like, what the fuck was he doing? If I was there, I would have fucking punched him. And I'm like, I wish you were there. I wish someone was there who could have protected me, because I felt so fucking unsafe. And I'm a tough person. It takes a lot to get to me. It takes a lot to get me to feel like I'm in a vulnerable situation. But it's happened. And I said, you know what, I think that I'm not as strong as I thought I was. And the women I told and the guys I told said anybody would be scared in that situation. So you are not weak. You are not a bad person. You are not powerless. Someone fucked up decided that it was okay to take your right to choose away from you, and you know what, it's not okay. You have the right to say yes or no to sex. If you say no, it should be fucking respected. Alright guys, please be safe. Even the people who hate me on YouTube, I want you to be safe. I don't want anything to happen to you. And to you, Phil Pocious, if there's any justice in this world, you'll experience the fear that you put me through, and probably have done this to other girls, because a lot of times they find out that it wasn't just one person. And date rape or acquaintance rape, they said that the girl described the guy as a friend. And, you know, now that I look at it, there are a lot of red flags that I should have paid more attention to, like your increasing frustration that I would not date you, your bullshit whining about us not being intimate within the first 2 seconds of being with each other, and it was just a lot more stuff that I should have kept a closer eye on. And trying to come on to me while I had a boyfriend. Not with him now, I was with him then. Even though I was not happy with him, I still had to respect the fact that I was with him. You had no fucking right to touch me. I showered 3 times that night because I could not get the feeling of your disgusting fucking hands off of me. Touching me, grabbing on me, kissing me. Ugh. You're just nasty. You are a sick fuck. Alright guys, goodbye.